In the annals of mystical history, few figures have left as profound an impact as Edgar Cayce, the remarkable seer known as the Sleeping Prophet. Through his extraordinary psychic readings conducted between 1901 and 1944, Cayce revealed an unsettling truth about humanity that continues to challenge our understanding of consciousness and existence. According to his revelations, approximately 30% of the human population walks among us without possessing what he termed a true soul connection. This startling assertion emerged from thousands of documented readings, where Cayce, in his trance state, accessed what he described as the Akashic records, the universal repository of all human knowledge and experience. Through these sessions, he unveiled a complex spiritual reality that few had dared to contemplate: the existence of physical bodies functioning without the divine spark that traditionally defines human consciousness. These beings, as Cayce explained, move through life in a fundamentally different way from those with complete soul integration. They maintain human form and basic functions, yet lack the deeper spiritual resonance that characterizes genuine soul expression. This phenomenon, he suggested, was not a modern development, but rather an ancient aspect of human existence that had been observed by spiritual leaders and mystics throughout history. The implications of Cayce's revelations extend far beyond mere philosophical speculation. They challenge our most basic assumptions about human nature and consciousness, suggesting a reality far more complex than most spiritual traditions acknowledge. His insights paint a picture of a world where spiritual essence is not a guaranteed attribute of human existence, but rather a profound gift that manifests in varying degrees of completeness. As we delve deeper into Cayce's teachings, we encounter a framework for understanding human consciousness that transcends conventional spiritual wisdom. These revelations invite us to question not only our understanding of human nature, but also our own spiritual essence. What defines a soul? How does its presence or absence shape human experience? These questions echo through time, carrying with them the weight of Cayce's extraordinary insights. The journey into this mysterious aspect of human existence beckons us to examine our own spiritual nature with new eyes, challenging us to recognize the subtle yet profound differences that may exist in the very fabric of human consciousness. In the depths of his psychic readings, Edgar Cayce unveiled a profound and unsettling truth about those he identified as walking without souls. These individuals, he observed, move through life in a manner distinctly different from their spiritually complete counterparts, exhibiting patterns of behavior that serve as telltale signs of their vacant spiritual nature. According to Cayce's observations, these empty vessels demonstrate a peculiar disconnect from the deeper aspects of human experience. They navigate social interactions with mechanical precision, mimicking emotional responses they have learned through observation rather than experiencing them authentically. Their laughter, while perfectly timed, lacks the warmth that emanates from genuine joy. Their tears, though present, fall without the weight of true sorrow. The most striking characteristic Cayce noted was their inability to form profound connections. These individuals maintain relationships that remain perpetually superficial, as though an invisible barrier prevents them from accessing the deeper chambers of human intimacy. They speak of love, yet their words echo hollow, devoid of the vibrant resonance that accompanies genuine emotional investment. In professional and social settings, these souls manifest as highly adaptive chameleons. They excel at mirroring the behaviors and mannerisms of those around them, creating a convincing facade of normalcy. Yet, upon closer examination, their actions reveal a calculated nature, each movement and response carefully choreographed to maintain their seamless integration into society. Cayce's readings revealed that these individuals often gravitate toward positions of power or influence, where their lack of emotional attachment can be mistaken for strength or decisiveness. They demonstrate an uncanny ability to manipulate situations to their advantage, unencumbered by the moral and emotional constraints that typically guide human behavior. The contrast becomes particularly evident in moments requiring spontaneous emotional response or genuine empathy. While those with complete spiritual essence naturally resonate with the joy or pain of others, these empty vessels must consciously calculate appropriate reactions, often resulting in delayed or slightly misaligned responses that betray their true nature. In the quiet moments of solitude, these individuals display perhaps their most revealing trait, an absence of introspection. While spiritually complete beings naturally engage in self-reflection and contemplation of life's deeper meanings, these empty vessels show no inclination toward such philosophical pursuits, finding neither comfort nor discomfort in the silence of their own company. As we observe these characteristics in the world around us, we are called to reflect not with judgment, but with heightened awareness. The recognition of these patterns serves not to condemn, but to illuminate our understanding of the complex spiritual tapestry that weaves through human existence. In this awareness lies the potential for deeper comprehension of our own spiritual nature and the profound mystery of consciousness itself. Throughout the annals of human history, the concept of the soul has been a cornerstone of spiritual understanding across civilizations. Ancient Egyptian texts spoke of the Ka and Ba, two distinct aspects of the soul that bore striking similarities to Edgar Cayce's observations about spiritual essence. The Egyptians believed that some beings could exist without these vital components, walking among the living but lacking true spiritual vitality. In the mystical traditions of the East, particularly in Buddhist scriptures, there emerged parallel concepts about beings who had lost their connection to the divine essence. These texts described them as hungry ghosts, entities that mimicked life but remained perpetually unfulfilled. Cayce's revelations about soulless beings echo these ancient wisdom traditions, suggesting a timeless understanding of this phenomenon. The medieval period brought forth additional perspectives through Christian mystics who documented encounters with what they termed hollow vessels, individuals who moved through life without divine spark. These accounts, preserved in monastery records, align remarkably with Cayce's 20th-century observations about the 30% of humanity he identified as lacking souls. What makes Cayce's insights particularly compelling is how they bridge these diverse historical perspectives with modern understanding. He explained that the absence of a soul was not a permanent condition, but rather a temporary state of spiritual dormancy. This view harmonizes with Native American shamanic traditions, which spoke of lost souls waiting to be reclaimed through sacred ceremonies. The phenomenon of soulless beings appears consistently across cultures separated by vast distances and times, suggesting a universal truth that transcends cultural boundaries. Cayce's work provides a framework for understanding these ancient observations through a modern lens, offering insight into why certain individuals seem to lack the depth of spiritual connection that others naturally possess. As we contemplate these profound historical parallels, one must consider how these timeless observations have manifested in our contemporary world. The answer lies in examining the subtle patterns that have remained consistent throughout human history, patterns that continue to reveal themselves in the behaviors and essence of those around us. This understanding invites us to look deeper into the spiritual traditions that have carried these truths through millennia, encouraging a more nuanced perspective on the nature of human consciousness and its connection to the divine source. Perhaps in these ancient whispers lies the key to recognizing and understanding the soulless beings that Cayce spoke of with such certainty. In the depths of human interaction lies a profound mystery that Edgar Cayce unveiled through his remarkable insights. The emotional landscape of those he identified as empty vessels presents a fascinating study in contrast, revealing patterns that distinguish authentic spiritual presence from mere imitation. These beings, though outwardly indistinguishable, manifest emotions in ways that betray their hollow nature to the discerning observer. According to Cayce's revelations, these individuals demonstrate what he termed programmed responses rather than genuine emotional depth. They learn to mirror the expected emotional reactions of those around them, creating a convincing facade of normalcy. Yet, upon closer examination, their emotional expressions often appear mechanically precise, lacking the natural ebb and flow characteristic of authentic human feeling. The most telling distinction emerges in moments of unexpected joy or profound grief. While souls of genuine spiritual essence experience emotions as transformative waves that leave lasting impressions, These empty vessels exhibit remarkably brief emotional states that dissipate without trace. They may laugh at the appropriate moments or display concern when socially required, but their reactions lack the ripple effect that typically resonates through authentic human consciousness. Cayce observed that these beings often excel at superficial charm, having mastered the art of emotional mimicry through careful observation. However, they struggle with sustained empathy, finding it challenging to maintain genuine emotional connection beyond immediate social transactions. Their responses to others' pain or happiness remain oddly detached, as though viewing these experiences through a distant lens rather than feeling them resonantly. Perhaps most revealing is their relationship with spiritual matters. While naturally ensouled beings experience an innate pull toward existential questioning and spiritual growth, these empty vessels approach such matters with clinical detachment or complete disinterest. They may intellectually engage with spiritual concepts, but remain unmoved by the profound mysteries that typically stir the human soul. This understanding opens a window into the nature of authentic emotional experience, inviting us to examine the quality of our own emotional connections and those of the people around us. In this exploration lies not judgment, but rather an opportunity for deeper awareness of the spiritual essence that defines the true human experience. Consider, as you move through your daily interactions, the subtle differences between mechanical response and genuine emotional resonance. The truth reveals itself not in grand gestures, but in the quiet moments where authentic souls naturally harmonize with the spiritual frequency of existence. In the intricate tapestry of human society, these empty vessels, as Edgar Cayce described them, move through social circles with a peculiar kind of adaptability. They have mastered the art of social camouflage, seamlessly integrating into communities while carrying within them a profound spiritual vacancy that few can detect at first glance. These beings have developed sophisticated mechanisms for social survival, often rising to positions of influence through their ability to mirror and manipulate societal expectations. They demonstrate an uncanny talent for reading and replicating social cues, though their responses lack the depth of genuine spiritual resonance. In professional environments, they frequently excel at tasks requiring systematic thinking and procedural adherence, yet struggle with initiatives demanding authentic emotional investment or spiritual wisdom. The impact of these empty souls on community dynamics presents a fascinating paradox. While they may contribute to organizational efficiency and maintain social structures, their presence often creates subtle disturbances in the collective spiritual fabric of groups. Those with heightened spiritual awareness might sense an inexplicable void in their interactions with these individuals, a missing resonance that should naturally occur between souls. In intimate relationships, their influence becomes particularly noteworthy. Partners of these empty vessels often report a persistent sense of emotional disconnection, despite all outward appearances of normalcy. The relationship may function on a practical level, yet lack the profound spiritual communion that characterizes deeply connected souls. This dynamic extends to family units, where children might experience an inexplicable emotional distance, even in the presence of seemingly adequate parenting. Communities harboring significant numbers of these empty souls often exhibit distinct patterns. While surface-level social interactions remain intact, there exists a subtle diminishment of collective spiritual vitality. These groups might demonstrate high efficiency in practical matters, while lacking the warm, nurturing environment that emerges from genuine soul-to-soul connections. The observer of such phenomena must consider these patterns with careful discernment. The presence of empty souls in our social fabric serves as a mirror, reflecting deeper truths about the nature of authentic human connection and spiritual presence. As we contemplate these dynamics, we are invited to examine our own social circles with renewed awareness, seeking to understand the subtle interplay between genuine spiritual presence and its absence in our daily interactions. This understanding opens doorways to profound questions about the nature of community, connection, and collective consciousness. What emerges is not just a theoretical framework, but a practical guide for navigating the complex social landscape of our time. where the intermingling of souls and empty vessels creates patterns that demand our attention and understanding. Through his remarkable psychic readings, Edgar Cayce revealed several distinctive signs that could help identify those walking without souls, signs that continue to intrigue spiritual seekers and scholars to this day. These indicators, documented in his extensive readings, offer a window into understanding the nature of empty vessels among us. The first profound sign manifests in the eyes, which Cayce described as lacking a certain depth or luminosity. He noted that while these individuals might maintain eye contact, their gaze often appears vacant or artificially constructed, as though reflecting light without emanating inner radiance. This emptiness becomes particularly noticeable during moments of emotional intensity, when their eyes fail to convey genuine feeling. Another revealing characteristic emerges in their relationship with time and memory. Those without souls, according to Cayce's insights, often display an unusual disconnect from their past experiences. While they can recite events and facts, their recollections lack the emotional resonance that typically accompanies genuine human memories. They speak of their history as though reading from a script rather than reliving meaningful moments. Cayce also observed their peculiar response to spiritual matters. These individuals might intellectually engage with religious or spiritual concepts, but their interaction remains superficial, devoid of the deep wonder and reverence that naturally arise in souls experiencing genuine spiritual connection. They approach sacred subjects with mechanical precision rather than heartfelt understanding. Perhaps most telling is their reaction to others' emotional pain. While they may demonstrate socially appropriate responses, their empathy appears calculated rather than instinctive. They might offer comfort, but their actions stem from learned behavior rather than authentic compassion. This subtle yet significant difference becomes apparent in extended interactions, where their initial sympathetic facade often fails to maintain consistency. The pattern of their relationships reveals another crucial indicator. These individuals tend to form connections based on utility rather than genuine affection. Their relationships, while potentially numerous, lack the depth and growth that characterize soul-based bonds. They move through social circles with remarkable ease, yet leave little lasting emotional impact on those they encounter. In observing these signs, one must approach with careful discernment rather than hasty judgment. The presence of these characteristics invites deeper contemplation about the nature of human consciousness and the profound mystery of spiritual existence. As we consider these indicators, we are called to examine not only others but ourselves, questioning the depth and authenticity of our own spiritual expression in this vast cosmic dance. In the intricate tapestry of human existence, those who possess spiritual awareness often find themselves navigating a complex landscape where empty souls move through life alongside them. Edgar Cayce's revelations about this phenomenon shed light on a profound psychological dynamic that affects both the spiritually conscious and those who interact with empty vessels on a daily basis. The presence of these empty souls creates a unique energetic environment that the spiritually aware must learn to understand and manage. According to Cayce's teachings, when a person of genuine spiritual essence encounters those without souls, they often experience an inexplicable sense of emotional and spiritual drainage. This occurs because the empty vessels, in their constant attempt to mirror human behavior, unconsciously draw upon the energy of those around them to maintain their semblance of humanity. This dynamic presents both challenges and opportunities for spiritual growth. Those with authentic souls often report feeling overwhelmed in crowded spaces, experiencing unexpected fatigue after social interactions, or sensing an inexplicable void in certain relationships. These experiences, while challenging, serve as catalysts for developing stronger spiritual boundaries and a deeper understanding of one's own essence. The historical records of Cayce's readings suggest that this coexistence is not merely incidental, but serves a greater purpose in the universal order. The spiritually aware individuals are presented with opportunities to develop compassion without becoming emotionally entangled, to maintain their light while navigating through shadows, and to strengthen their own spiritual connection through conscious awareness of these interactions. For those who carry the flame of spiritual consciousness, the key lies not in isolation but in cultivation of inner strength. Cayce's wisdom points to the importance of regular spiritual practices, moments of conscious reflection, and the development of what he termed spiritual armor. This protective energy field allows one to remain open to genuine connections while maintaining energetic boundaries with empty vessels. The presence of empty souls in our daily lives creates a unique opportunity for spiritual evolution. Through these interactions, those with genuine spiritual essence learn to discern more clearly, love more wisely, and navigate the material world with greater awareness. This understanding does not call for judgment or fear, but rather for a deeper appreciation of the complex spiritual ecosystem in which we exist. In contemplating these dynamics, one must consider how your own emotional responses shift in different social environments. What methods have you discovered to maintain your spiritual integrity when surrounded by energetically demanding situations? These questions serve not as mere philosophical exercises, but as practical tools for navigating the modern spiritual landscape that Cayce so precisely described. In the depths of his spiritual practice, Edgar Cayce developed profound methods for healing that transcended the conventional understanding of his time. His approach to helping both souls and empty vessels revealed an intricate understanding of the human condition that continues to mystify scholars and spiritual seekers alike. Through his readings, he unveiled a complex system of healing that addressed not only the physical vessel, but the very essence of spiritual existence. For those blessed with spiritual awareness, Cayce prescribed a delicate balance of meditation, prayer, and conscious living. He emphasized the importance of maintaining what he called the golden thread of consciousness, a state of perpetual awareness that allowed individuals to remain connected to their divine essence. These spiritually aware beings, he noted, required specific vibrational adjustments through carefully selected crystals, oils, and dietary modifications that would enhance their natural spiritual resonance. When confronted with empty vessels, those beings without souls, Cayce's approach took a remarkably different turn. He discovered that these entities required what he termed vibrational anchoring, a process that involved creating temporary energetic imprints that could simulate spiritual essence. Through this method, he believed these vessels could potentially attract wandering souls seeking physical embodiment, though he cautioned that such processes were rare and deeply complex. His healing protocols often incorporated ancient Egyptian methodologies, drawing from his alleged past life experiences in that civilization. He spoke of forgotten techniques involving sound frequencies and color therapy, claiming these methods could help empty vessels develop a semblance of spiritual awareness, even in the absence of a true soul. These techniques, he explained, worked by establishing harmonic resonances within the physical body that could attract spiritual energy. The most fascinating aspect of Cayce's healing work was his insistence on the power of collective consciousness. He maintained that groups of spiritually aware individuals, working in harmony, could create powerful energetic fields capable of influencing both empty vessels and soul-bearing beings. This understanding led to the development of his group healing circles, where participants would focus their spiritual energy toward specific healing intentions. In contemplating these profound healing methodologies, one must consider the implications for our modern world. How might these ancient wisdom teachings transform our approach to spiritual development and healing? Perhaps the key lies not in identifying empty vessels, but in understanding how we might all contribute to the collective elevation of consciousness, creating opportunities for spiritual growth and transformation in all beings, regardless of their current state of soul development. In the depths of human consciousness lies a profound revelation that Edgar Cayce shared with humanity, one that continues to reshape our understanding of societal dynamics. The recognition of souls and their absence within our communities presents not merely an intellectual curiosity, but a fundamental shift in how we perceive and interact with the world around us. As society awakens to this spiritual reality, a transformation occurs in the collective consciousness. Those who understand the presence of empty vessels among us begin to navigate relationships with heightened awareness, developing a more nuanced appreciation for authentic spiritual connections. This knowledge, as Cayce revealed, does not call for judgment or separation, but rather for a deeper comprehension of the intricate tapestry of human existence. The implications of this understanding reach far beyond individual interactions. Organizations, communities, and even nations function differently when guided by those who possess genuine spiritual essence. Leadership takes on new meaning when viewed through this lens, as those with souls naturally gravitate toward roles that serve the greater good, while empty vessels often seek positions of power merely for control. Historical records show that societies flourishing with spiritual awareness have consistently demonstrated greater resilience, compassion, and innovation. Cayce's insights suggest that these communities naturally align with universal principles of growth and harmony, creating environments where both souled beings and empty vessels can coexist in balanced relationship. The recognition of this spiritual dynamic introduces a responsibility for those who carry the light of consciousness. They become custodians of wisdom, tasked with maintaining the delicate balance between understanding and action. This awareness does not call for isolation from those without souls, but rather for mindful engagement that promotes spiritual growth and understanding across all levels of society. In these times of great awakening, each individual with a soul carries the potential to influence the collective field of consciousness. Through their presence and interactions, they create ripples of awareness that gradually transform the fabric of society. This subtle yet powerful influence shapes communities, institutions, and relationships in ways that honor both the presence of authentic spiritual essence and the reality of its absence in others. The path forward requires not only recognition, but also integration of this knowledge into daily life. As consciousness expands, new possibilities emerge for creating structures and systems that support spiritual growth while accommodating all members of society, regardless of their soul status. This delicate balance holds the key to harmonious coexistence in an increasingly aware world. Through the profound revelations of Edgar Cayce, humanity has been granted a window into one of existence's most enigmatic mysteries: the presence of souls or their absence in human vessels. As this exploration draws to its culmination, the wisdom imparted through Cayce's readings unveils a reality far more intricate than the physical world that meets our eyes. The understanding that 30% of the population may be walking without souls serves not as a source of fear, but as an awakening to the deeper dimensions of human consciousness. Cayce's insights reveal that this phenomenon represents part of the grand cosmic design, where spiritual evolution manifests in ways beyond conventional understanding. These empty vessels, as he described them, play their own role in the universal tapestry, serving as catalysts for the spiritual growth of ensouled beings. Throughout history, mystics and spiritual leaders have spoken of the varying degrees of soul presence among humanity. Cayce's unique contribution lies in his systematic documentation and detailed explanation of this phenomenon, providing humanity with tools for discernment and spiritual advancement. His teachings emphasize that recognition of this reality should inspire compassion rather than judgment, understanding rather than fear. The implications of these revelations extend far beyond mere intellectual curiosity. They call for a profound reassessment of how individuals perceive themselves and others in the grand scheme of existence. Those blessed with souls carry an immense responsibility to nurture their spiritual essence and contribute to the collective evolution of consciousness. As seekers of truth contemplate these teachings, they are invited to embark on a journey of deep self-reflection. The question isn't merely about identifying those without souls, but about recognizing and cultivating one's own spiritual essence. This understanding opens doorways to enhanced awareness, deeper connections, and more meaningful existence. In the silence of contemplation, each individual is called to examine their own spiritual vitality, to nurture their soul's growth, and to contribute to the elevation of human consciousness. The path forward requires not just awareness, but active engagement with one's spiritual development, fostering genuine connections with others who share this sacred journey. As this exploration concludes, The mystery of souls and their absence remains a testament to the vast complexity of human existence. It stands as an invitation to delve deeper into the realms of spiritual understanding, to embrace the responsibility of conscious evolution, and to participate in the grand unfolding of cosmic consciousness.